This lesson plan was a great experience. I learned a lot, firstly about collaboration. I'd never done a unit plan or a lesson plan with anyone before. In the beginning, it was a little bit difficult for me because it's not my class. So because it's not my class, I've only observed it 3 times. I'm not familiar with what they've been spending an entire year doing together. They already have built an extensive number of skills and vocabulary and general knowledge that I was unfamiliar with. So the beginning was a little bit challenging, but by the end, Chris and I, we were bouncing ideas off of one another. We were, how do you differentiate here? What's a good activity? Do you think this is the right objective? And by the end, I think we were collaborating quite well, and we built a unit plan in a way that we learned from each other, and perhaps it was more effective than we would have done just by ourselves, which I think is the key goal here. Similarly, in terms of learning, Chris, anyone who knows him, is great with computers. So technology was something I definitely learned about. Technology was it has a huge part in our unit plan. And I learned about some websites. I made many Google presentations, which is not something that is fast to me at all. But I appreciated it because even though it was time consuming, I became better at it and better acquainted with it, which will then help me help students become better acquainted with it. And I really do believe that technology is essential to success in the modern world. So I feel like all teachers need to become better with technology, myself included. So that we can help our students to achieve those technological goals that are so necessary in the future. The other thing, I guess, would be the peer review. Amy had mentioned assessments in the final class, and she had mentioned a phrase, this objective will be as evidenced by, And it reminded me that informal assessments are okay. I know that informal assessments are okay. I have used them for years. I've taken an assessment class. However, I guess years of brainwashing of the system that says summative testing is the only testing still clings to me somehow. And in the beginning, I was trying to think of like really structured forms of assessment and letting go of that and being like, yeah, that's not what I actually do. Why would I do it here? That doesn't mean that it can't become more formal and be more like checklists, because documentation is important, but it doesn't have to be some big test or project all the time. Teachers can ask the right questions and be good observers to know if their students are understanding and then adjust their lesson plans accordingly based on student understanding. So I learned a lot creating this lesson plan and the unit plan, and I hope that you enjoy them as much as I did creating them. Thank you.